Welcome to the Reese Report. I'm the mouth of the North, Andrew Reese, and I am back with my boys Gil Santos and Jose Carlos Gomes. We are here for week 3 of the NFL season. Now you start to get a little bit more comfortable meat. There were some crazy results, absolutely insane endings to games in week 2, but maybe you get a little bit of an idea who's good and who's not, maybe not still. But my God, the injuries, the last second field goals, 64-yarders to tie the game, moon balls all over the place, and then your favorites who did what they are expected to do, and some favorites that were going down the tubes. So we're going to talk about it all and make our picks. Guys, we're at 698 subscribers. I need 2 more for 700. Somebody out there give me 2 more subscribers so I can get to 700 and celebrate, okay? Before my pool, so I can have a real party at my pool, okay? All right, somebody, 2 people. I don't care who it is. All right, anyone from Portugal that knows Jose, just hit subscribe, okay? You can watch the video for a few minutes and that's it. That's all I ask for, okay? All right, we'll have soccer on soon, I promise. Then we'll get more subscribers, okay? We'll talk about soccer, don't worry. The Champions League's just started. We're going to talk about Champions League this year. Unfortunately, we can't do it today because I want to piss off Benfica fans after they blew a 2-0 lead to Querbag, okay, at home. So I don't want to piss people off.
They just signed Jose Mourinho.
Well, really? Is that a fact?
I think it's official. I think no Jose. I think I heard it. I heard it maybe an hour ago. Sounds like it's official now.
Oh, that is some great news. Thank you, Gil. That's some big news. Mourinho going back home to where he started his career. Well, that's insane. After blowing a 2-0 lead, that's the right guy to bring in. That's for sure. Because Querbag took over that game after the 2-0 lead. It was all Querbag. So we'll see. That'll be very interesting. All right, so that's your soccer report for this week. Now let's get to American football. You guys ready to go? The records are as follows. Gil, you had a 1-week run at the top. I have taken over. I'm now 22-10. Gil, you're at 21-11. Jose, you're at 20-12. Pretty even week last week, but at least Jose's not pulling away early. So we'll see what happens now that there's going to be some interesting picks this week, because last week was a chalk week if I've ever seen one. All right, Jose, let's go. Let's start. Okay, I'm not going to waste any time. We had 2 really good Thursday games in a row, and then they decided to give us the Dolphins and the Bills. Gil and I are going to be falling asleep, and I'm sure Jose will be passed out by the first quarter when it's 35-10. I got the Bills. Gil?
Yeah, Dolphins just look really bad. I even expect Tyreek Hill to ask for a trade.
Yep.
The way it's going, and a lot of teams can use him. So I don't. Tua is not the guy. He's still concussed. I think that guy, they misdiagnosed him. He still has a concussion. He doesn't know who he's throwing to. He doesn't know nothing. They just look all disorganized. Coach got to go. The Dolphins has to rebuild, and that's it.
I mean, the way he was speaking today about Josh Allen and about what he can't do on the football field in comparison, yeah, there's something wrong with that team right now. Tyreek Hill should start reading books like A.J. Brown. Maybe he'll get traded that way. Jose, I mean, you don't have to say too much here. It is,
The Bills.
The Bills, earlier when we made our review, I said that the Bills have a real good chance to win the AFC because they have a very weak schedule. Look at their schedule. They might not lose for a while. And if Kansas City keeps playing the way they do, the Bills might be like 15-1 by the end of the year, undefeated. Like, they have nobody in front of them that's a decent opponent. So we'll see. Josh Allen broke his nose last week. He's got to protect his nose. They'll be okay. Now let's get to this game. Oh, Lord. I'm sorry, Jose. The undefeated Indianapolis Colts, featuring Indiana Jones, who absolutely embarrassed the Broncos last week, torched their defense, go to Tennessee to take on the Titans. Cam Ward is not there yet. Gil, you've gotten this on the head so far. He's not there. Daniel Jones might be there. I guess we're going to find out this week if they can actually win a division game on the road. But I have to go with what I've seen with my eyes. The Colts have not punted yet, which broke a Peyton Manning record this week. And until I see them punt, I got the Colts. Sorry. Jose?
Man, I don't know. Today, it must have been a long day, but I'm going to take the Colts as well. I don't know. I can't take the Titans, especially the way they're playing right now. They have no identity right now. They're offensively, they look lost. And right now, Indy's on clicking all cylinders, defense, offense. They did get lucky last week with that call, but
Yes.
it is what
the
it is.
leaking call. Yes.
But I don't know, man. These games are those
They're
like
weird.
when you expect the Colts to win, and then Titans all of a sudden they freaking blow them out or they come up big. It's like one of those freaking like those games that you expect something and then always something else happens. But
Yep.
I gotta go with the Colts. I can't take the Titans in this one, man.
Gil?
Yeah, I agree. You guys both know how I feel about Cam Ward, so I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah. I will say that Gil did something that absolutely shocked me today. He picked up a Titan wide receiver. So Gil must have had a long day too because something's wrong.
I panicked and it was 6 a.m. I think I saw the wrong move.
This might have been my fault because I picked up Romeo Dobbs, which must have pissed Gil off something fierce.
That's what I was gonna do. Yes.
So, and the only reason I did that, people, is because Steven stole Troy Franklin from me, which pissed me off. So you can see how stuff tumbles down on.
Well, Troy Franklin was my sleeper pick. Remember, Jose?
There you go. So I'm sure Gil was looking for him too this week. So fantasy's fun, people.
That's what happens when you open your mouth.
That's it. Fantasy's fun, people. Go play it. It's enjoyable. All right, now let's get to this fraud of a team. I said it before the season, this team's going to miss the playoffs. And we got New York Jets Aaron Rodgers last week. Sacked 4 times, 2 picks. The game was lost on a stupid fumble by a rookie receiver who didn't get to take the punt, but still. The Pittsburgh Steelers look awful. Their defense is last in the NFL. I got the Patriots winning at home against Pittsburgh. I liked what I've seen from Drake May last week, although it was against the freaking Dolphins. And their running game is decent with Stevenson. Diggs is starting to get going. I need to see more from Pittsburgh. Their defense is awful, and Rodgers can't move in the pocket. And so if you blitz him, you can get to him. So I got New England. Gil.
Yeah, it was the Dolphins. Come on, Andrew.
I understand.
The Steelers lost last week they were supposed to get that drive. Caleb Johnson, I don't know what he was doing. I don't know. It's like he didn't know what the rules were. Tomlin, the way Tomlin, I don't think that guy's going to see the field anytime soon.
Nope.
I think the Steelers get it done with the running game here. They're going to throw Warren. They're going to throw Gainwell. Metcalf down the field. I think they're going to do it. I think they're going to win.
Well, Rodgers is already calling out Calvin Austin, so he's probably not going to see the ball again. So he's only got Metcalf and Freiermuth to throw to now. Jose.
Tough game. 2 unpredictable teams so far this year. But I'm gonna go with the home team. I like the Patriots in this one. I think the Patriots are better offensively right now. They have more. They have better stuff going on for them so far in the league this year, and their defense is better than the Steelers this year. So I'm taking the Patriots.
Are you guys shocked at how bad the Steelers' defense has been? Like, it's really bad.
Expected better.
Me too. At least top 10 in the league. They've always been in the top 10 the past years, but this year I don't know. Everybody's putting up 30 points on these guys like it's like cheese, but I don't know.
Yeah. We'll see what another rookie does. We saw Justin Fields smoke them, and now we'll see what Drake May does. All right, I'm not going to waste too much time on this game either because the Jets are without Justin Fields, and I have no idea who's starting for them. They're playing my MVP candidate who continues to just steal games from teams. Another great drive by Baker, running into linemen and tripping over guys, getting hammered, gets back up, throws touchdown pass. I love Baker Mayfield. Might be my favorite quarterback in the league. Steals another one late. He's not at the top of the list, but he's in the top 3 for MVP, so I like what I'm seeing from him. And he will have very little trouble beating the New York Jets this week. So I got the Bucks. Gil.
Oh, yeah, there's going to be Jets have even with Fields, they didn't have a chance, I would say. So Tampa Bay is just on a roll. I agree with you. When you picked your MVP pick, I was there with you. And I agree. He's going to be on the top of the league. Yep, absolutely. Watch out for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I think they're dangerous. Obviously, we'll get to Green Bay, but Tampa Bay's right up there with the best teams in the conference, I think. Jose?
Yeah, I'm gonna take Tampa Bay. No Fields. I don't even know who the backup quarterback of the Jets are. So in saying that, they can't run, they can't throw, they can't play defense. So next.
Yeah, what a disaster. They had a nice one game revenge there, and then they just went back to normal. Now to a very tricky game as the Las Vegas Raiders, who got the worst version of Geno, the Italian Stallion Smith, last week, throwing the ball all over the field to the Chargers, go to Washington to take on maybe Jaden Daniels or Marcus Mariota and the Commanders. The Commanders have looked average, and the Raiders have looked average. I don't know who's playing. Um, Tough game, but I think Daniels is going to play, and so I will take Washington at home. Jose.
Yeah, I agree. Even with Mariota, I still think the Commanders have a better team than the Raiders. The Raiders are a home team. I think I don't know, on the road. I don't know if they're that great. Geno Smith is an up and down quarterback. You don't know. He reminds me of another Jameis Winston. He can throw up for 500 yards, and then he can the next game he throws for 4 picks. So he's inconsistent. Um, I just I don't trust the Raiders, man. They need another offensive weapon there, a wide receiver to give them more options. Until then I like the Commanders in this one.
Yeah, I mean they tried to get Cooper, and he just said, "Nah, I'm good, retired." Myers has been really good for them, and they have Bowers, but Jetty hasn't gotten it going yet. And but we'll see. Carroll's good. We'll see what happens there. Gil, who do you got in this one? Obviously, you're not the biggest fan of the Commanders, the Seamen, but who do you got?
Hmm, be a tough one. Um,
Raiders had a chance last week, Gil. You made a nice upset pick, but they could not throw. They kept throwing the ball to the Chargers.
yeah, and maybe they're gonna keep throwing the ball to the Commanders, but Daniels might not play. It's iffy.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Uh, I'm gonna take Washington. Not that I want to, but it's just a gut feeling. And by the way, guys, just inside scoop here: Tyrod Taylor is gonna start for the Jets. By the way,
Oh, well, he might be. That's not a bad thing, I guess. Your favorite
Tyrod,
quarterback there, Gil Tyrod, exactly.
Tyrod, going
Um,
Buffalo.
yeah, did Tyrod play for Tampa? He's been all over the league. Has he been ever been in Tampa? I don't think so.
I
He's
think the
been,
last team he was on was Buffalo, I believe.
yeah, he's been around. But yeah, they're still not beating Tampa Bay. Uh, let's get to a really interesting game as the LA Rams, who are 2-0. They haven't beaten anybody, but they're 2-0. They beat a pretty good Houston team, and they took care of the Titans last week. They go to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles, who are 2-0 and have won 18 straight starts with Jalen Hurts starting, but have not looked overly impressive. Um, Jose, who do you got?
This is a trap game, man. They're coming off a big win against the Chiefs, and they have the momentum going their way. But I don't know. I like this Ram team, man. They're sneaky good defensively, and they have the offensive weapons. And from what I see, you stop Barkley, you stop this Eagles offense. They haven't been moving the ball. They got lucky last week against the Chiefs. They got the short field. They got the field advantage, and that's what won them the game. It was a defensive game back and forth. He only threw for 100 yards or whatever, not even
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
So yeah, in saying that, I'm gonna take the upset here. I'm gonna take the Rams. I think this is the trap game, and the Rams are gonna pull it off. So I'm taking the Rams.
Yeah, I wasn't impressed with the Eagles last week. Chelsea dropped the ball. Otherwise, Kansas City could have won that game. The tush push took over after that. I'm actually taking the Rams as well. I think this is an upset. I think it's a trap game. I think the Rams had a chance to beat them in the playoffs last year with a big comeback until Barkley ran it back 80 yards. I think this is a prime place for an upset of a letdown game for the Eagles. So I got the Rams as well. Gil.
I'm gonna take the Eagles. I agree what you guys are saying, but I have a feeling Stratford is going to get hurt anytime soon, and I think the Eagles' defense is too quick for him. I just think they're just too quick for him. He's not a young quarterback anymore. He does if he doesn't have that decision made, he's going to get sacked. I just think the Eagles are just going to be too quick for him, and I think they'll pull one off again. But I agree, the Eagles have not been impressive at all.
Okay, tough game, so we'll see what happens there. Oh, now let's go from that to garbage. The Atlanta Falcons, who really played well defensively, they blitzed JJ McCarthy. They hurt him. They put him out for multiple weeks. Minnesota could do nothing offensively. Even Gill's old friend Jones got hurt, so they're just a mess right now. They are going to they're going to Carolina. Atlanta's going to Carolina to take on the Panthers. I like what I saw from Atlanta's defense last week. Their offense is still a work in progress, as Penix wasn't any good last week, but they kicked a bunch of field goals. But Carolina has shown me very little outside of a fake comeback last week, where Kyler Murray tried to give the game back to the Panthers, but they held on. I've got the Falcons. Gil.
Yeah, obviously I got the Falcons too. Anybody could be well. Carolina, I don't know. Carolina's a funny team too, but they just look really off. Uh, they connect and then they don't connect. Uh, yeah, I got to take the Falcons.
Carolina should be better. Like their number one pick receiver is really good, McMillan, and they have Hubbard as a really good running back. I don't know, Bryce Young, the clock's ticking. Jose, who do you got?
Um, I don't know. This is one of those games. I don't know, man. It's Carolina sometimes like they get blown out, and then all of a sudden they come back and they look good for a couple of quarters, and then the other 2 quarters they look like they're the worst team in the NFL. Like they're unpredictable. Um, in saying that, Falcons did look good last week. They did look good against the Bucks too in the game that they lost. So I'm gonna go with the Falcons in this one. Don't be surprised if the Carolina pulls it off, though. It's one of those games. I don't know
Yeah,
how good this Falcon team is because, dude, like they I don't know that defensively they look like a freaking machine against the Vikings. I was surprised. I was shocked. Like
yeah,
they didn't give no time to McCarthy or anything like that. Like they were on him, and even like running, they didn't have any chance either. Like it was crazy. It was good.
yeah, yeah. And if that happens to Bryce Young, it's going to be in picks.
Yep.
So we'll see. And Bijan's had a great start to the year. He's been really
Yep.
good. Even Kyle Pitts is getting involved in the offense, which is a shocker. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with Penix. Oh, here we go. Now let's go to a game that we thought was going to be really great and is going to be really ugly. As the Cincinnati Bengals, who are without Joe Burrow, who's going to miss 3 months with a toe injury, now going to Jake Browning, who somehow came in for half a game and threw 3 picks and still won because the Jaguars are an utter disaster, and Trevor Lawrence is like needs to go back to wherever he came from. They go to Minnesota to take on who we just talked about, the Vikings, who played well defensively last week, but just had no support from their offense. And now they got to go to a guy who I cannot believe is still in the league, Carson Wentz. Um, this is an ugly football game. The Bengals have not played well, but they've found a way to win games. I don't know how. Minnesota looked awful last week at home. I don't like Carson Wentz, although he can just toss it up to Jefferson. That might actually work. But I'm going to take the Bengals because I just don't trust Carson Wentz. Gil?
Yeah, I agree. Minnesota's getting karma. I feel we've talked about this. I feel they rushed McCarthy. They had a 14-3 season last year. I don't know why they just keep the Darnold and keep McCarthy 2, 3 years under him, right? Just like
They
the
even had
Packers.
Jones. They could have kept Jones too.
Yeah, whatever. Like I don't know why they rushed these kids. Then they got frustrated. Like you can tell the kid was frustrated. He was pissed. Uh, things were going his way. He couldn't get a first down, right? And then instead of being calm, like these guys are just out of it. The Vikings are getting a piece of their karma, and for me as a Packer fan, good. because the right thing to do would have been kept Darnold because they've never had a 14-3 season past 30 years. So why would you like? I don't know what the Vikings were thinking, and now they lost the running back too. So their firepower there, they need Wentz to do a miracle with Jefferson. Jefferson can't do it if Wentz can't throw. So I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
Yeah, it's good news for Jose because he has Jordan Mason in fantasy. So let's see how he does against that Bengals defense, which is not pretty. Jose, who do you got?
I'm gonna take Minnesota, man. They're playing at home. I think this is. I have more faith in Carson Wentz than I do in Brownings. Supposedly their coach is the quarterback whisperer. Maybe he can turn around Carson Wentz's career. They still have Mason as an he's been having the same amount of snaps as Aaron Jones, so it's not like you're not losing any product. I can't even fucking speak. You're not losing any productiveness from one or the other. But so yeah, I'm gonna take the Vikings. I just don't trust Browning and this Bengal team. Also, you can put up a lot of points on them. On their defensively, they're weak. So I rather trust Minnesota's defense than I do the Bengals.
Yeah, tough game, so understandable. This is where the pool switches on wins. To the Houston Texans, who are 0-2 despite playing two really good games on defense, their offense continues to struggle. They go to Jacksonville to take on the Jags, who are equally inept right now at trying to win football games. The Jaguars have gotten a lot from Travis Etienne. The rest of the offense looks awful. I mean, Brian Thomas and Lawrence are not connecting right now, missing catches and balls all over the field. Lawrence throwing hospital balls to people. Hunter has not gotten involved at all. He's been a flop of a number 2 pick so far. And Houston I mean, they got Nico Collins, but nothing else. I mean, Chubb scored a touchdown last week, but they got no running game. I mean, Chubb's past his prime. But I believe the Houston defense is better than the Jags defense, and they'll find a way to score enough points to win this one. So I'll take Houston. I don't think Houston's going to 0-3. So I got the Texans. Jose?
I agree with you. I'm going to take Texans as well. Defensively, they're better than the Jags, and they need to win this game, or else if they go in 3, it's going to be tough for them to make the playoffs, let alone win the division. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Texans in this one.
Stroud's really struggling, Gil, after a great first season. Is that attributed to him being rushed, or is he just struggling right now because of the offensive line and his weapons?
Well, he's probably just struggling, and the running game's not helping him to use the play action and stuff, right? Like if Mixon was there, I think that's the big difference.
Yeah.
There's no Joe Mixon there, so like you said, Chubb's out of his prime. He can still do his thing, get him into the 10-yard line, and Chubbs will get it in there. And I just think Goldilocks, I don't know, man. Goldilocks is every year I talk about Goldilocks. I can't just do it anymore. I'm just gonna pick the Houston Texans.
Were you guys high on Travis Hunter coming out of the draft, or not?
Like you don't know what he's gonna play. Like he only plays a couple of snaps on offense. It's not like he's playing every single snap, and then he's playing defensive snaps, and then pick one, like or let him play both. Like if the guy can play both, let him play. If he's that talented and stuff like that, hey, let him play both. But they're it's like a snap count like that they have on this kid. Like you only have 10 offensive, and then the rest you can play defense. Like just let the kid play, man. If he can play both, let him play.
Yeah.
But in saying one more thing, like you asked Gil about that, I just think he needs more weapons. I think I think he needs that Tony Dell to go deep. He needs a wide receivers. When you have Nico Collins and then you have Higgins, a guy that you never heard of before in your life, and then you have another guy in Hutchinson and stuff like that, like guys that you never heard in your career. It's tough to throw the ball. And then they stack the box, and what's going to happen? You have to throw it to Nico Collins. They're going to double team him, so it's hard for him. He needs more weapons, I think, on the outside. That's where I think too.
Okay. Let's go on to a game I'm not going to waste too much time on either. It may be the best team in the NFL against the worst team in the NFL as the Green Bay Packers go to Cleveland to take on the Browns. I believe the Packers are are the best team in the NFL right now on both sides of the ball. Cleveland's the worst, and so I have Green Bay, and I believe they'll set a record for fantasy points on defense this week playing Joe Flacco. Gil?
Well, yeah, but Cleveland's D can keep them in this game. The problem is, yeah, the flock like the Packers just matched the defense, I guess, this year. Uh, Packers are going to win based off Cleveland can't scoring
Yeah,
because Cleveland could is going to probably stop the Packers a lot of drives. But the problem is Flacco's not gonna really do anything against the Packers defense either. So I'm gonna say the Packers.
yeah. Cleveland's defense is good. They stopped Henry last week, but then they just got tired because Cleveland couldn't do anything on offense, and then Baltimore took over. I think we might see Gabriel this week. I'm gonna say it's a possibility. Jose?
I like the Packers, and until they put Shador Sanders at quarterback, that team's not going to go anywhere, man. At least with Shador Sanders, you have a mobile guy that can throw, that can run. Like he gives you an extra option. Like I don't understand what they see in like Flacco. Like just let the guy retire. You have two young guys. Your team is shit anyway. You're not going anywhere. So play the kids.
Yeah.
See what you have.
Jo
Like
Jose, why is he not practicing? Like you have him on your roster, you kept him. From what I understand, Sanders
he's
is
the
not
third
even
quarterback.
practicing.
He's third
Yeah,
quarterback. It's only the first two that take regular snaps, and then
yeah,
he's on the practice squad basically. So
yeah.
he's on the practice squad, and then he only plays practice snaps with the guys that are not signed.
Okay.
So it's just the way it is, man. But
Yeah, yeah.
listen, man, it's just too. It was the hoopla and all that stuff, and during the combine and the draft and stuff like that, and his dad and all this bullshit. So it got to him, but he should just keep humble. Just whatever, wait your turn. He'll get his turn. I think he'll
Yeah,
get his turn by the end of the season, and
yeah,
then ball out and do your thing.
yeah. All right, to a AFC West division battle as the Denver Broncos, who could not have looked any worse last week against the Colts, getting their defense absolutely gashed. Yes, the penalties went against them and helped the Colts win that game after missing a 60-yarder. But my God, the Broncos could not stop Indiana Jones and Jonathan Taylor. Now they got to go to the Chargers to take on the Red Hot Chargers, to go to LA to take on the Red Hot Chargers with another MVP candidate in Justin Herbert. I have the Chargers. They're the better team. They look better. They're playing better. Keenan Allen looks like he's 24, not 34. Thank you very much for my fantasy team. And until I see the Chargers play bad, I'm picking them. Gil.
I think this is a tricky game. This is a very tricky game. This might determine first place right now. Chargers go 3-0. That division's probably theirs. Um, the Broncos pull it 2-1. They're both 2-1. Denver and Chargers, depending on what Vegas does. But it's a very tricky game. Chargers are going to have a tough time on that defense. Um, all depends on how Broncos do in their running game. That's what I think that the key here is. Mm, I'm gonna go with the Broncos. I'll take the upset.
So you believe the Broncos defense against Indianapolis was just a one-time thing,
I
just a
that's
bad
what I
game?
that, that
Okay.
that's what I think. That's what I
Okay.
think. They got exposed. I think they'll fix themselves.
Jose, who do you got?
I've been writing LA all year, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take LA this year, this week too. Offensively, they've been looking well. They look well, passing the ball, running the ball. Defensively, they've been shutting down all the other teams' run game as well. Um, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be an upset if the Denver Broncos, because I think they're both even teams. Like they just they last week they got, I don't know what the hell got into them. Maybe it was the Indiana Strip over there. What's that club, bro? That red in or they probably went to the White Castles or something to have some burgers before the game. It's close to the stadium there anyway, and there's another place there too, but I can't mention that on air. But yeah, so yeah, I like LA. I'm gonna pick LA in this one. Herbert's playing good since he's got a new girlfriend.
Yes.
So I don't know. Maybe I think he's gonna keep her until the end of the season. Maybe he'll actually win a playoff game. So yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. Now let's go to the surprisingly good New Orleans Saints last week. Giving my 49ers all they can handle with Spencer Rattler giving the defense a whole bunch of trouble last week, but going to Seattle to take on the Seabags. The Seabags defense has looked good all year long. They got just enough offense from Donald last week. Jackson Smith and Jigba starting to get it going. Kenneth Walker looked good last week. I think that Seattle's going to surprise a lot of people, and they're going to, they're going to win this game against New Orleans. Gil, why am I getting a call from you?
For me?
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I got some weird thing that came up on my phone and said you were calling me. Okay. Anyway, Gil, who do you have?
My
I don't
phone.
know.
I don't even know what my phone is.
All right. Go ahead.
Identity theft.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, Seattle's gonna beat the Saints. The Saints to me are going anywhere. They're not going anywhere this year. They're gonna flop. Yeah. As good as you think they look, your Niners are all banged up too. That's why they
Yeah.
look good.
Yes.
So
Kamara
but they
got it going
st-
last week.
and they still lost. But Seattle will take care of them easily. I don't think it's gonna be I don't think it's gonna be close.
Yeah, the Saints couldn't actually looked good and still lost to Mac Jones. That tells you all you need to know about the Saints. Jose, they made Mac Jones look like a Pro Bowler last week.
Maybe the Seahawks, the Saints are gonna finish last place. I don't even know if they're gonna win a game.
Yeah, it sure looks that way, doesn't it? Okay, we're gonna do. Should we take a break? Okay, we got 4 games left, but we got a break for a second before we get to Arizona, San Francisco. We'll be right back on the Reese Report. All right, welcome back to the Reese Report. We have 4 games left, and one of the most important ones is the Arizona Cardinals, who somehow are 2-0. Don't ask me how they're 2-0 because they played 2 disaster games against the Saints and the Panthers, and they somehow managed to win both of them by the skin of their pants. They're going to the 49ers, who have a million injuries and somehow had Mac Jones turn into a Pro Bowler last week and found a way to beat the Saints by 5 on the road. Arizona swept the 49ers last year, including a crazy win. Oh, my God, here we go. Oh, my God. Is this really happening right now? Is this really happening right now? Oh, my God, here we go. All right. So, Barbosa, I knew you were going to come on here this week to talk about Danny Dimes, okay, and your Colts. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to talk about your team and tell me how they're going to keep it up, okay? Because I had to do it because, your Colts went and beat the Broncos, Gil's second favorite team, and beat up their defense. So go ahead, tell me about your record-breaking quarterback and how he's going to keep it up.
But he finally has an offensive line, and he's got some weapons. I don't think he's ever had this many weapons with the Giants. He's only had either Saquon Barkley or a wide receiver. He doesn't have an offensive and a tight end like he has now. Finally got a tight end, a couple of receivers, and we got a running back. And he's got Shane Steichen.
Oh, I see. So you're ready to crown him already after 2 games?
Oh, listen, I'm happy. But after 2 games, let's pump the brakes here a second.
Oh,
everybody's
okay.
too overhyped with that. Let's settle in. He's gonna have a couple mistakes. He's gonna have a game with a couple mistakes. So let's wait until week 5, week 6. Then I can really start being happy about Danny Dimes. But they've been playing well. It's the defense. The defense has been playing well.
So our Jose, our team's 2-0 with half our team injured, with Mac Jones at quarterback. Do you know that?
Listen, all we needed was Robert Saleh to take over that defense, and
there you go.
And then
exactly.
You see the difference right away.
Now, you realize all three of our teams are 2-0 right now. These are happy days.
Yeah, finally.
All three of our teams, except Gil's team, looks like the Super Bowl champion, to be fair.
And
All
they're
around, me. All
and-
around, maybe.
And they're
Yeah.
leading the division. You guys are leading the division. The Niners are leading the division. The Packers are leading the division, and the Colts are leading the division
Yeah.
so far after 2 weeks.
Jose, did something happen in the world? Did hell freeze over or something, Jose?
I
What
guess
happened?
I guess it was because their fucking owner died. I guess.
Oh,
So maybe
Here we go.
maybe
No.
maybe it's
No,
like the Angels in the outfield. You know, all of a sudden now they're
No, Tony, he makes a good point. Your new owner's on the fucking sidelines as an assistant
I know she's
coach over
taking
there.
notes. You see, she's
Yeah.
taking notes. She has a little notepad taking notes. I'm like, what the hell's going on here?
probably taking the guy's numbers, so she's
Yeah.
gonna big bang him later on. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Ooh, that
It's
guy
like-
number 28 looks all right.
Yeah, yeah.
17.
Okay, this guy's salary is going up 10% this week. Yeah.
Oh, that tight end looks pretty tall. Ooh,
It's
I
like,
wonder
it's
what he
like Gil's
has
team.
there.
The fans run the team in Green Bay.
Yep.
The best are chanting, "Thank you, Jerry Jones."
Yeah, thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Jerry.
Oh God, that's funny, buddy. That's
By-
funny. Even
by
after
the
the
way,
game,
They go to Dallas next week, so I cannot wait to talk about that next week. Green Bay at Dallas next week.
It's a primetime game, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a Thursday nighter.
That
Is it a Thursday
gonna be-
nighter?
Gil and I and all of us should be hooking up for that game. Green Bay at Dallas Sunday night next week. So
Is it
that's
Sunday night?
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a Sunday night game. Okay.
So that's gonna be insane. Trust me. In Dallas, oh man, that's gonna be nuts.
That is. But listen, all kidding aside,
Yeah.
the Colts have an offensive line. They finally give Jones some time to throw the ball. Well, any quarterback, you give any quarterback time to throw the ball, they're not going to make too many mistakes. So
No.
I got scared there for a second because Quentin Nelson went down, and I'm like, oh, Quentin Nelson is down. Oh my God, here we go. Danny Dimes is going to start again.
So two
But
things
thank
before
God.
we go, Barpo. So two honest questions. Number one, you did not expect any of this.
No, not
Okay,
at all.
Okay.
Not at all. Listen, to go 11 straight drives and scoring on 11 straight drives, I didn't expect
No.
that. 0 punts after 2 games, didn't expect that.
And did you get lucky to win against Denver after that penalty?
Yeah, after that penalty,
Yeah, of course.
let's be honest. There was that one drive. The Colts had like 5 penalties, pass interference. That one drive that Denver scored. So it is what it is. Like I think that was a makeup call, to tell you the honest truth. If you ask me,
Okay.
that was a makeup call.
Well,
100%.
Gil doesn't like the refs because Mexico
For sure.
and everything. Gil has a history with the refs, so you gotta understand how hard it is for him. Okay.
Yeah, of course. But let's be honest, to beat Miami like they did, and they beat the Broncos. And listen, the Broncos defense that's a good defense. And
Yep.
to beat the Broncos like that's
I was
impressive
shocked.
after 2 weeks. But let's hold on, because New Orleans last year was also 2-0, and they thought
That's right.
everybody thought New Orleans was going to be. So I'm having. Let's wait until week 5, week 6, week 7, and then
Okay. All right.
I'll start the parade.
Okay, Barbo.
Then I'll be
So
like,
we'll-
defense, start the parade.
We'll bring you on as long as they're winning, okay? As long as they impress, we'll bring you on as a special guest, okay?
And it's not Danny Dimes anymore. His new name is Indiana Jones.
Oh, of course. I've been saying it. Indiana Jones. That's it. All over the field. But I think the key to them has been Jonathan Taylor's health.
Yeah, 100%.
He looks like a healthy, back to the old Jonathan Taylor. So I think that's been
That
along with Warren.
And I think the defense is pretty good. I think the defense is, which is a stretch, because the defensive coordinator is the one from Cincinnati, and he came over, and the defense looks
a lot of questions still in for the Colts. So we'll wait and see. But
we'll wait and see. They should win this game, but I'm a little bit, because they're in Tennessee.
Yeah,
We'll see.
I think, was it Gil or Jose that said maybe this is a tricky game? Was it Jose?
Yeah.
Jose said.
Yeah, Jose
It might be. I agree with Jose. It might be a tricky game. If they play like they're playing, Daniel Jones can't make any mistakes. If they're playing like they're playing, then they should beat Tennessee. But I don't know. For some reason, it scares me, this game, a little bit.
All right, Barbosa, thanks for coming
Boys.
on for a quick second. All right.
You got it.
We're going to
Go
make our
Colts.
last 4 picks here. Go Colts. All right. We'll bring you on again. Thank you.
We'll talk to you
Barbosa.
guys after.
Talk to you later.
Later.
All right.
Later.
All right, that was Tony Barbosa celebrating his Colts. We wanted to bring him on and let him have his time in to shine. So there you go.
What's the Wi-Fi password?
All right, we got to hang up on him. All right, so I'm sure you guys had a good laugh there. Now let's get to the 49ers. I don't know what to think of this team. McCaffrey looks relatively healthy. Purcell looks good. Their new tight end Tongs is actually pretty decent too. He's been a big surprise. Mac Jones was throwing nice little floaters in the end zone, and he had a great game. I don't know what to make of this team. Salah has been decent, although New Orleans did have, he played pretty well against that defense. I gotta believe San Francisco can win this game. I just don't believe in the Cardinals. I'm hoping Mac Jones can hang in there. There's reports that Purdy might play this game, but I don't think he's going to play this game. So I'll go with the 49ers to somehow take this week's schedule they have and stay alive. Jose.
I don't know, man. Niners last week started off good, then they let New Orleans in the game. But in saying that, I think their weakness is against mobile quarterbacks. And Kyler Murray always ends up playing good against the 49ers. I don't know what the hell it is with the 49ers against the 49ers. Last year he did it both games. Well, this last game of the season was already done. Like the
Right.
team was already mangled, but but the one in San Francisco, they were healthy and stuff, and they still won the game. So I'm gonna take Arizona in this one. I just think the Niners struggle against mobile quarterbacks, and you don't know if Mac Jones is gonna have another performance like he did. I doubt it, but then again, you know what? Every time I go against them, they've won so far. So maybe it's a curse or a jinx or whatever it is. So, but no, I'm gonna take. I think Arizona pulls this one off.
Yeah, it's understandable. They made that crazy comeback last year with like 5 minutes left. They came back from 9 down and beat them in San Francisco. But
Yeah, that's because Jake Moody got hurt too. We didn't have any kicker, and we had to go always down for every fourth down. We had to go for it, so that helped out a lot too. But
thank God, Kyle Shanahan, you finally got rid of your ego and got rid of Moody and signed Pinheiro, who his first kick was straight down the middle. It's about time. There's a million kickers out there. Get a real one. Gil, who do you got in this one?
Well, Jose took it right out of my mouth. I just think Kyle Murray, the mobile, is what's going to hurt San Fran on this one. Mac Jones is going to be containable because Arizona is also not well against the mobile quarterback, which you guys don't have. So I think, and just history says it, right? Murray just has this thing, and they always beats the Niners. And that's with the Niners with a better team than they do have now. So I'm going to take Arizona.
Yeah, understandable. I'm holding out hope for Mac Jones, but there's not a lot of hope. Now let's go to what I believe will be one of the highest scoring games of the season. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm not always right, but I think I'm right on this one. This game's going to be a big over. The Dallas Cowboys go to Chicago to take on the Bears. These are the two worst defenses in the NFL. And they're both high, the Bears, relatively speaking, can score, not as much as the Cowboys, but don't expect any defense in this game. It's going to be a lot of points. Dallas has looked awful on defense, except for a few moments against the Eagles, who've struggled offensively. And the Bears are, as I've said before, cursed. It doesn't matter what coach they have. It doesn't matter what quarterback they have. It doesn't matter who the receivers are. They're just cursed. And Caleb Williams, as Gil has pointed out, has been average at best and doesn't look like he's getting any better. Therefore, I'm going to take Dallas because I believe that they have the better quarterback. And even though their defense is awful, I think they'll be able to outscore the Eagles. They did it to the Giants last week. That game was just crazy. I never thought I'd see 40-37. Brandon Aubrey's hitting 64-yarders to tie the game. But I'll just trust that Dallas will be able to outscore Chicago. Gil.
I'm going to go with Dallas because if you look at if you look at their closest games, like their better games, is on the road.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
they, for some reason, are brutal at home.
Yep.
I don't know why, but their half decent games is away, and Chicago's decent games, I don't know. It's at the end of the season when they're out of the playoffs is when they start waking up and actually playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, too bad for the Bears. I told you so. That's all I can say about your Williams pick. You're gonna go back to now struggling another 5 years and have to redraft again. But Dallas is in the same boat. They're starting to realize they need to get rid of Prescott. Like he's not the guy, and they got to switch him. But if I have to pick two, I think the Cowboys are actually a better away team than they do at home.
And they got a better run game. Like the Bears are getting nothing from their run game. And Javonte Williams, Gil's fantasy pick there, has been awesome all year. So, yeah. Jose, who do you got?
I like you guys' pick, but I'm gonna go with the Bears. I think for last week getting smashed in the face in Detroit, they let down their coach, especially in a game, the important game like that.
What
I
a
think they're
beatdown.
Yeah, I think they're gonna bounce back this week. Playing at home, they need to win the game. I think it's just one of those rebound games. Although you guys did good part, like I wouldn't be surprised if the Dallas Cowboys beat them at all, like whatever. But I just think they it's a bounce back game. One of those games that you know how it is, the NFL. Like
Yeah.
they get smoked the 1 week, and then you coming back, and then you come back next week, and you win an unexpected game. I feel that's one of these games this week, and so I'm gonna take the Bears at home. Not very convincingly, but I just have a gut feeling that they're gonna pull it off.
All right, to the Sunday Nighter, a game that I didn't think was going to be interesting before the season started, but might be a lot more interesting now, as the Kansas City Chiefs, who are 0-2 people, go to the G-Men, take on the 0-2 Giants. Now, Kansas City has not looked good. Even last week, they had a chance to win that game. Philadelphia, I felt like controlled most of the game. Mahomes was running for his life and couldn't really find anyone open. When he did, they were dropping balls. The G-Men just went crazy on Dallas's awful defense. Wilson just throwing moonballs all over the field. I don't think that's going to happen against Kansas City's defense, although Herbert had a nice day against them. I think Wilson comes back down to earth, and there's zero chance I think Kansas City goes 0-3, so I'm going to take the Chiefs. Jose?
I agree with you. This is a must-win for the Chiefs, especially in their division. They got to keep pace. So the Giants played a good game against a weak defense last week. They were throwing moon balls. I don't see them doing that against the Chiefs defense. The Chiefs defense is a top 10, top 5, top 10 defense in the league. Offensively, they're struggling, but then again, they're without a lot of their key players, wide receivers, and the Ray still Rice is still suspended. But if they can manage a couple of wins here and there, and until everybody comes back, then watch out for them, man. But you got to go with the Chiefs in this one. There's no way I'm taking the Giants.
Yo, G-Men?
No. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. You know what? If they had a running game, maybe. I'm not really high on the runners. You need a running game to beat the Chiefs. I think they don't have that. There's just so much you can throw. So I think the Chiefs will end up winning.
Yeah, I think they're going to blitz Russell Wilson. They're not going to let him sit back there and throw the ball like Dallas did. Of course, Dallas traded Micah Parsons. They had no pass rush, so it makes sense. Now to the game of the week. Monday night, this is going to be a beauty, folks. The Detroit Lions go to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Now, Detroit obviously got their butt kicked in game one on the road. Then they went to their nice confines in the dome at home, and Jared Goff turned into a dome quarterback. But now he has to go to Baltimore, and the last time they went to Baltimore, they got beat 40-3. I got the Ravens. Yo.
I got the Ravens. You know, they didn't look at all tilt. They struggled a bit there, but we got to give credit to the Cleveland defense too, right? So,
Yeah.
but the Lions defense is not the greatest, guys. So I think at home in Baltimore, Harbaugh does have to make better decisions. Though he's
Yeah.
been making some bad decisions.
Right.
Where
true.
it's where it's kind of costing them. But with that said, I think Baltimore should win at home.
Yeah. Jared Goff's just not a good road outdoor quarterback. He's just not. Jose?
I agree with you guys. I'm gonna take the Ravens as well. It's gonna be a high scoring game.
Yes.
Take the over. I think it's a bounce back game for Derrick Henry. I think he's gonna have a great game this week, and yeah, just the Ravens should win this game.
Okay, those are our picks, guys. Really interesting, fun week in the NFL. Lots of stuff to talk about. Before we go, I'd like to ask one more question because it was a question that I wanted to throw to you guys. What do you think about the Chiefs crying about the tush push? Who wants to go first? Jose's already laughing.
To me, the tush push is the play, and if that's their play, that's their play. Copy it. I don't know. Do whatever you want. I don't see nothing illegal with it. It's a play. It's like a running play. It's like almost like a quarterback sneak. They're not doing nothing illegal. So as long as they're not offside and stuff, do what you got to do.
Will it be banned, Gil?
It shouldn't be. I don't like it. Will it be? I don't know, but I don't think why would it should be banned? I don't think it should be banned.
I agree. Jose?
They're just being little babies because they can't stop it. That's all it is.
Exactly.
Like, listen, if they do that tush push, there's got to be a way to stop it. Figure it out. That's why you pay these defensive coordinators big money, and don't let it be the 4th and 1 or 3rd and 1 or something like that. Stop them before the line, so then it's 2 yards instead of 1 yard. Listen, man, that's just little teams being dumb and little babies crying about a play. Stop it. Learn how to stop it. Freaking pay these guys that are in the internet or overseas or somebody an analytics to freaking figure it out how to stop him. Or just watch rugby and put each other's heads in between and just push them back, I guess. I don't know. Put some heavy guys in the front and just push them all the way back. Listen, man, there's different ways of doing stuff, and people just got to figure out a way. And until then, everybody's gonna bitch and complain. But everybody's taking the play in the league. Everybody's doing it. It's just they do it. They know how to do it better than anybody else in the league. That's all it is.
That's it. That's
all it is.
Exactly.
And for the other question, it will. I don't like. It should be banned. No, but it probably will be banned.
Yeah,
I think it will be banned. Last year they voted on it, and there was almost a vote against it, like to pick it out. So eventually teams will be like, "Oh, screw this," and just take it out and stuff like that. But you should it? No. But at the end of the day, when the GMs vote or the owners vote, and they'll probably end up taking it out, maybe in a couple years from now or whatever. But
yeah. All right, that's our show, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. We covered a lot of stuff from the prior weeks, gave you our picks, gave you some insights. I'd like to thank Gilbert Santos and his new headset for coming on with his fresh hat, and Jose Carlos Gomes. If I can get to Gil's house, I might do a special live from Gil's house if it's Green Bay at Dallas and see how nervous he is, asking for drinks and cheese and stuff, and while he's nervous watching the game. Okay, we'll see if we can arrange that. But until then, I'm the mouth of North Andrew Reese. That's Jose Carlos Gomes, and a very happy Gil Santos. We'll see you next week on the Reese Report, and hit my music.